So here's a craft that you can use. It's not necessarily going to be a profit craft because there is some RNG involved. Usually if you do this for many amulets, you're going to make lots of currency profit, but in general it's a huge gamble. And you're going to create amulets such as this one that has +2. It has damage over time multiplier and cold damage over time. Here's how you do them. First, you buy this base. So you are looking for an amulet that has +1 and damage over time multiplier. Make sure that when you buy it, it doesn't look like this one with an influence. You don't want any influences on your amulet, and no fracture modifier. So you just want to have an amulet such as this one. Now, ideally you'd have it with 2 open prefixes, but since these amulets are quite rare, you are going to have to use some annulments because it's highly unlikely that you'll find them with 2 open prefixes. So my amulet, when I bought it, looked similar to this one. So what I did, I removed the crafted mode and then I annul. And there's a chance that it will remove damage over time multiplier or +1 on all skill gems. If that's happened, then it's unfortunate. Maybe you can turn it into a generic +2. But ideally, it would remove a suffix that you don't need or a prefix that you don't need, such as in this case. Then you would go to the crafting bench and craft cannot roll attack like this, and then you would add remove harvest. And when you add remove harvest, again, it's similar to the annulment. There's a chance that it removes either +1 or damage over time multiplier. Now, if it removes the damage over time multiplier, you still have the +2 and you can resell it later. But hopefully it will not remove the damage over time multiplier and neither the +1, such as this one. This would be a very fortunate thing to happen. If this happened, what you can do, you can either craft maximum life, and then use Hunter Exalted Orb and be satisfied with whatever you get. Like in this case, we got Malevolence, is really nice. You can definitely sell it for 100 divs or more. But you can do something else. For example, you can craft prefixes cannot be changed, and now you can use Aisling. Now, when you do this with Aisling, there's a 33% chance that it removes the damage over time multiplier. So keep that in mind. Aisling like this, and can give you a well prefix. If it gives you a well prefix, you can put area of effect or maximum life. It's very common to give you either maximum life or area of effect. From time to time, it's going to give you something else, but in general, it's going to give you these 2 modes. Now, at this point, what you can do, if you want to risk it, just if you want to risk it, you can do prefixes cannot be changed, and you're going to use an orb of annulment. And when you do this, it can remove the crafted mode, the lightning resistors, or damage over time multiplier. So this is up to you if you want to risk it only. There's basically a 50-50% chance it removes the bad mode. And if you end up with an amulet looking like this, at this point, because there are locks available, you can use a lock if you have it in such a state, because this amulet is pretty much perfect. I mean, if it had tier 1 damage over time multiplier, you would use locks, Hinekora's lock. But I'm assuming you do this for profit, you don't care about crafting the best amulet possible. So what I would do at this point, I would just Hunter slam it like this, and then I would craft something. There's a very high chance that it gives you something good, but to get specifically like I got here, I honestly I just got lucky with this. I just got cold damage over time multiplier. I just got lucky, but usually it's like a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 chance to give you either cold damage over time multiplier or malevolence effect, mana reservation efficiency, which both are good mods. You see? So it can give you either malevolence or it can give you damage over time multiplier. The charges also sell. Like this, and if you have it like this is like you can even try to ask people to mirror it, or if it has malevolence again, you can attempt to sell it for mirror copies. But in general, you're not going to go this far to make a perfect amulet, because you're trying to do this for profit. You're not necessarily trying to make the best item in the game. And such an amulet will probably sell for 150-200 divines. Obviously, if you have access to a crafted mod, I just happened to get it like this, I didn't want to risk it. But if you have access to a crafted mod, it's going to sell for much more. Anyway, this was the craft. As I said, you're not going to craft many of these. Sometimes you're going to lose money with the strategy, but in general, if you craft a bunch of them, you're going to make nice profits. But again, these amulets will sell very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to sell them because they are expensive. On top of that, it's very difficult to craft them because there are not enough bases on the market.